This is John McCormick and welcome to another Energetics leadership video. And it's best to ride the horse in the direction it's going. I'd like to tell you a story, if I may, out of my own life and then apply it to business. Some years ago, in fact many years ago, I was in South Dakota and I was out there on some business and I had an opportunity to go to a ranch for a few days off. And we went out to this ranch and I noticed there were a lot of horses on the ranch. Now, I have a fear of horses. I don't know why. I've never really been around them much, never grew up with them, never had anything happened with a horse. My guess is it's probably because they're so big and powerful and strong or something like that. Anyways, there was all these horses at this ranch. And one day, one of the ranch hands that ran the ranch, asked me to come over and pet one of the horses. I had mentioned I had a bit of a fear of them. And then he brought a saddle out and saddled the horse up and asked me to get on its back and that he would take me out for a ride. And I said, there's no way I'm getting on that horse. But eventually he talked me into it. He said, it's a gentle horse, it's very easygoing, you won't have any problems with it. So I decided to get on the horse, try something new, get on the horse. And he walked me around a little bit. And then he says, take it out into the field, out into the plains, the beautiful plains of South Dakota. So I walked it out there, and it was a beautiful sunny day, and I could smell nature, and I thought, oh, this is pretty good. And so I picked up the pace a little bit, moved from a walk to a bit of a trot, and I thought, oh, this is easy. So I got the horse to gallop. As the horse started to gallop, I began to realize I had less control of the animal. And so I started to force the animal to try and do what I wanted it to do, to slow down, to turn, that kind of a thing. But the more I forced it, the harder it got, the more the horse resisted. And this really started to freak me out because here I am galloping, I've never really been on a horse, don't know what to do, it's out of control. Well, at least it felt like it. And suddenly the horse hits this pothole and stumbles over, and I'm thrown through the air and do a forward somersault onto the grass, onto the ground. Now, thank God I didn't hurt myself. The horse got up and I got up, and we were, by this time, a mile or so away from the ranch. So I knew I was going to have to get back on that horse or else walk back. So I got back on the horse, and as we started moving forward again, I had this insight that I couldn't control the horse, and that what I needed to do was learn how to work with the horse. That I couldn't make the horse do what I wanted it to do, but what I could do is align with the horse in a way and work with the horse so that it would do what I wanted it to do. And this really applies to the leadership tip I want to point to here. In leadership, sometimes you're in a position where you're trying to force something to happen like I was on the horse, and it may not be netting you what you want. Anyways, we got back, we got up to a trot and to a gallop again, and I noticed the whole thing had changed. The horse relaxed, I relaxed, and everything was moving together. And it was because I let go of trying to make it happen and began to work with the animal as opposed to thinking I could control it. So that's the story. And I wanted to tell you that today and to have you possibly reflect the lesson I learned into your business, where you might look at areas with your teams or your clients or whatever it is you're currently doing, and to just notice, am I trying to force the deal, the client, the team? Am I trying to make things happen? And what I'm getting back is a lot of resistance. If that's the case, just really notice that and begin to let go of that way of being and to allow yourself to work with things the way they are. And see if that loosens it up a bit and creates some space for something else to happen, for new possibility to take place, and for new actions and results to follow. So that's really it. I hope that's of some use, and it's pointed out something that you might be able to use in your business or your life. And we shall see you on the next one.